to my channel, Minimum Player Count. I am Stephanie. Today we're talking about my thoughts on the Kickstarter Quests and Cannons by Short Hop Games. So if you want to know how to play this game, definitely check out my video which gives an overview of how to play Quests and Cannons. But if you want to know my thoughts, stick around and I will explain to you a little bit about the game if you haven't seen the video on how the game actually plays, and also to give you more in-depth thoughts of what I think of this. So pickups and deliver games are, I think, a great game category. I like them a lot, but not always my favorite when it comes to having to try to navigate through not only treacherous seas, but also opponents. I think it was very cool that they also optioned that team aspect, which made it a lot easier when you're trying to go specific places, because they're able to help you out in regards to maybe this person over here is more of a cannon or a fighting person, whereas your other player may be more of a collector or hoarder of goods, so that you're able to, you know, help each other out. A lot of things that are pretty clever on this. I do like the fact that even though you're spending action points, you do have sails, which will help you with your movement throughout the game. It does actually help you a lot, especially if you're trying to outrun somebody. If you have enough sails, that will help you, or action points. The way that you also utilizes the quests and loot cards, so it's not only just about trying to complete and bring things over, you're also trying to complete these specific quests, which yes, are bringing things or collecting different items, but also the battling aspect of trying to fight through this map and figuring out the best way to maneuver to get to where you're going to without actually running into somebody else, or if you are a fighter, trying to get to that person without them running away so that you can gain some more prosperity. Prosperity is the main ruler of this game, where you're trying to gain as much prosperity as you can so that you can win. And you know, there are tiebreakers to the end of that, but if you're far enough ahead with that prosperity, then you don't really have to worry about those tiebreakers. I enjoy that each of these characters have different starting moves. They also have special moves that make it more variable and a lot more fun to play, I think, than having really stagnant or continuously the same kind of moves that each one could do, because that offers that variability and it gives you more of a challenge when you're trying to play. Also, the fact that this goes up to 6 players, I think is kind of crazy and unheard of, but another fact of being able to change the board, that variable player board, really gives it more of that variability to continuously play through this game. Again, I really enjoy a lot of the aspects of this. It essentially is just a pick up and deliver at heart, with just a little bit of combat thrown in there, just like a little hint or spice of that, but really not focusing too much on that. It's focusing more on being able to navigate those seas and figure out what your best move is to complete and gain the most prosperity. I will say one downside with this game, which I feel like can be in a lot of pick up and deliver games, especially if you're picking cards or locations that are more local to your area, that is very easy for you to do, because you're like, oh, I'm able to go over here, pick up some ingredients that I need, and then actually go to this location and cash in my quest and get a new one. But other people who have quests that are all over the map, and makes it a little bit more hard for them to be able to complete these quests as quickly as you. So really kind of balancing that out, I think, is hard to do. It's mainly more on that luck side, if you're able to draw those cards closer to your locations versus other people who maybe draw cards that are further away. I had some lucky draws where they were close, but then others that were far away. So I would say it was pretty balanced, but some of my friends who were also playing had more of those quests that they were pulling that where they were unlucky, where they were having to go really far. So they decided that they really wanted to upgrade their ship in regards to cannons, so that they can fight more, so that they can gain more prosperity in that way, because they're like, I'm not going to gain any by trying to navigate these seas farther than most people when they're gaining a lot more prosperity. So you do have to pay attention to what your other opponents are doing, just like in any game, to see where they're at and see what kind of maneuvers or actions that you're going to be taking in regards to trying to win. But I think that is all I have to say of Quests and Cannons, besides the fact that, again, I have a prototype here, so some of the components are subject to change, but There's a lot of great artwork in this. I really love, again, the double player boards here, the double layer that you're able to actually put your components in here. And again, the fact that each of these players are variable and you actually have factions. So there's a lot of thought and care that went into this game. And I think if you are a pick up and deliver fan, definitely check this out. Again, this is currently on Kickstarter, so feel free to check that out. I will link that down below. But I do want to thank you all for watching my video review of Quests and Cannons. And thank you to my Patreon supporters for supporting me and my channel. And I will see you all next time.